Hey there. I'm sitting here in a classroom during a break, so I thought I would go live for a little bit. See who's out there. Hey there, Joyce. I'm trying to get the comments to come up on my computer. Hold on one second so I don't miss anybody. Hi, guys. I'm in a math class today, 8th grade math, and I have a prep period, so I don't have anything to do. When you sub and you have a prep period, it's kind of nice because you just get to hang out in the classroom and do whatever you want. There's nothing to do. Hello from Topeka, Kansas. Positive Connections. Is that actually a group? Sorry, I don't know why I can't get the scroll to come onto my computer. It just doesn't come. Oh, maybe I have to go to the video itself. Let me see that. North Carolina. Ooh, North Carolina. That makes me think of Shanann's parents. No, it doesn't come up there either. I don't know why I always have this problem on YouTube. I can't get the live comments to show up on my computer. I have to keep looking on my phone. And I would prefer to, oh, maybe I have to click on that. Is that it? Maybe that's it. Enable? No. Positive Connections, it's a non-profit organization that does prevention, outreach, and case management for people with living with HIV. Awesome. Going to take my 4-year-old son to the mall. Oh, sorry. Hold on, I'm still trying to get the comments to come up on here so that I can... Oh, that's a terrible picture of me, my God. Oh, there they are. Okay, I see them now. Christ, I need to redo that. Or just delete the whole thing after. Oh my God, I'm just seeing my thumbnail right now. I couldn't really see what I was doing. Let's see, okay, let me scroll down. I'll send to the mall later today. Oh, cool. I have a friend who moved from California to North Carolina, although I don't know where she is. I think I went to, oh my gosh, Scotland. Hi there, Liz. Hello, hello. There's my boyfriend. I thought you might hop on here. He's on a skate trip right now. I'm in my classroom, Eric, bored. I've got nothing to do. He's on a skate trip down south, and I don't know the name of the park you're at right now. It looks really fun, but I remember seeing the video about it. Thank you, Tracy, UK Tracy. You must be from London. Yeah, cool. Annie's saying hi to you, Eric. Yeah, he left yesterday on a skate trip for I don't know how many days, but there's a lot of great skate parks all up and down the California coast, so he's going to visit some. The San Luis Obispo skate park. Yeah, it looks really fun. I remember those like art pieces that are in the middle of it. We watched some video at home about it, so I remember that. Is that that's not Nija's park, is it? Nija Houston. Blizzard in Chicago. Yeah, it's sunny here, but it's really cold. Built by Warm Hot. Yeah, the guy that you met. That's crazy. Yeah, that's why Eric comes out here, because he can't skate at home either. It's too much snow. There's a lot of indoor skating though, and where it snows. I don't know. There's not as much available here in California. Lacey Peterson's parents, yeah, the Petersons or their family are all about an hour and probably about an hour and a half from where I live. But I grew up probably maybe like a half an hour away from where all of that happened. I was just saying in my Instagram, I was starting to film a video because I thought, oh, why not? I have the time. And I had my phone hooked to this picture frame it's the teachers. And I don't know, I just put my phone on and I started talking, and I was filming on it, and this man just walks right in the classroom. Like, I'm like talking and he just walks right, I'm like, like I just like took my phone and slammed it down. Like I felt like I was, I'm not gonna say what it felt like, but I felt like I got caught doing something that I shouldn't have been doing. And it doesn't really matter what I do in here, but I'm like, God, are they like watching me from the office and they knew I was filming, or I don't know, it was just a really weird feeling. And he looked like it was very awkward, and he came in and said he was gonna fix the sink, and he looked at the sink and there's nothing wrong with the sink. That was really strange. Anyways, Grew up in Orlando as well as my children. The oldest daughter went to school with Casey Anthony. Wow, and later became a detective. And wow, that's so cool. You grew up in Orlando as well as my children. And my oldest daughter went to school with Casey Anthony. Okay, and later became a detective and worked that case. Wow, crazy. Hi from Dublin. Hi from California to Dublin. Yeah, that was really weird. So now I keep thinking he's gonna pop back in here, and then I don't know what I'm gonna say if he walks back in. But it was super awkward. I don't know why he came in. That was just like, he didn't knock or anything, he just kind of like blasted through the door. It scared the crap out of me, actually. Yeah, it's chilly here. It's sunny, but it's really chilly. The heat's blasting into my classroom. It feels really nice. So I don't know if any of you guys saw that the Two Genes video. Are you guys all following the Scott Peterson stuff? Scott Peterson, oh my God, wow. Chris Watts. I must have just seen Scott Peterson in this feed. Anyways, the Chris Watts case and the 50 there, Eric. It was 37 here a little while ago. Anyways, the Armchair Detective had put up another video in regards to it looking like there was 2 pairs of jeans in the driveway. One female, one male. I didn't make it out. The shadow thing I see, but I didn't feel like I was seeing female jeans. I don't know, I just don't believe that she was involved in their killing at all, any of their murders. So that's hard for me to, I don't see it. I think that's a stretch. Jamie Kloss case. Is that recent? No, that's not even ringing a bell. Can I lock my door for a while? Yeah, I'm gonna go lock my door. Because that really was weird. I know he could see me through that little window, but that was really creepy. I hate that. Let's see. It's about the government shutdown. Eric and I talk about the government shutdown a lot. We both think that it's just, everybody's just being super stubborn and doesn't want to give in. I don't really feel the effect of it so much. I wish it wasn't happening for the people that are losing work, of course. And I wish that, I kind of just wish the Democrats would work with Trump and just, deal with the wall. And he's not going to stop. He wants to do this. And I don't want to get into politics too much because people get, crazy with how you feel about stuff. But I think everybody should be coming into the United States legally. That's what I feel. Eric does it every time he comes here. He does everything like he should when he crosses the border. So yeah. She was kidnapped in October and the guy killed her parents. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw Stephanie Harlow had talked about her. And some people had said that maybe she had gone with the guy willingly and she was she had been part of the reason her parents were murdered. I don't know enough about the case, so I don't really know what to speak on. If she really truly was kidnapped and then her parents were murdered as a result, and he really was eyeballing this girl that's what Stephanie was saying, and he was after her. This is just, obviously horrific that was kept for that long, and who knows what was happening to her, and then to have to come back as an orphan. It's tragic, absolutely. So yeah, I don't know enough about it, but I'll look into it more. Hi Una from Illinois. You're welcome for my videos. It's funny because I know there's people that are joining my channel and they didn't know I had HIV, and they're kind of, I think some people are like, oh wow, what the hell's going on? This girl's talking about true crime, but she actually had a whole channel that was dedicated to her HIV diagnosis. So it's kind of funny. I don't talk about it in the Chris Watts videos because there's no point. I brought it up in one, and it's funny, somebody goes, that was really weird that you brought up the fact that you had HIV at the end. I'm like, well, I was kind of just trying to clarify why I make these videos and kind of where I was coming from. The guy even admitted that he never knew them before. Yeah. And the girl she's young, right? Like 14, 15, maybe even 13. I don't know the Stephanie Lazarius case. I don't know that one, if that's new. Chicago. Wheaton. No way, Una. Do you know Thorley Pape? She's a really good friend of mine. We went to high school together. She has 3 kids in Wheaton. 4, I'm sorry, 4 kids in Wheaton. And she's been there for a long time. I don't know how big Wheaton is, but you might know her. That would be really crazy. Thorley and I are very good friends. And who doesn't know a Thorley? I mean, I don't think there's any other Thorleys in the world. I think she's the only one. Will I come to India someday? I have no idea. Somebody wants to send me there. Maybe. I've only been to Europe one time, and that was just Amsterdam recently, and that was because it was taken care of by the Prevention Access Campaign, U equals U. So otherwise, I would have been a person at 48 years old who had never even gone to Europe. So now I have. I definitely want to go back to Europe. I didn't get to do enough exploring. It was beautiful over there, my gosh. Howdy from Texas. I love that, of course. Of course Texas gets a howdy. So cute. Una, do you know her? Oh, but I don't know everyone. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how big Wheaton is, but I just assume if you had kids or whatever, possibly they could have crossed paths. Oh yeah, I did the canal cruise in Amsterdam twice. Oh, last month you went. I don't remember when I was there. I think it was July. And it was really warm. It was like, it was a heat wave actually. And they said that weather that we were having wasn't their typical at all. And it was hot, really, really hot. I was melting, but it was fine. I'd rather have it be warm than be cold. Freezing for you. Yeah. Have I done porn? How funny, in big letters. No. Where'd that come from? God, no. I have not done porn. I think my name comes up in searches. At Jennifer Vaughn, I think there is a porn star or something that comes up on YouTube, but it's not me. Amsterdam is lovely. It's just beautiful there. That's a bit rude, Gianni, right? I love Eric's answer. Only for Eric. Only for Eric. Gotta keep this PG-13. I have students that watch my channel. Hello from Alabama. Alabama. Thanks, Gianni. I don't even know if Gianni's a male or a female. I have a feeling that's a male. Thanks, I appreciate that. It's a compliment. Watch the window for that sink guy. Yeah, I'm like keeping an eye on myself. Okay, I have to see, when do the kids come back? I had a 3rd period prep. Let's see, it's Wednesday. Today's a short day. Till 10:13, so they're back in here in a little bit. Yeah, so today I'm in a math class. They just have to be on their Chromebooks. In the school district that I work in, a lot of kids they get loaner Chromebooks, so they look like this, and they get to take them home, and they're responsible for them for the whole year, and they use them quite a bit in the classrooms. And like in the elementary level, they have Chrome carts, and the kids just take them out as, during the day when they need them, but they don't take them home. But in junior high, and I believe in high school, they give them out also. I don't know if that's like across the US, if that's just the normal thing, but it has been here for the last, I don't know, 10 years. Maybe not 10 years, maybe like 7. But I think it's nice that the kids all have their own Chromebooks. Oh, thanks, Joyce. Eric's the best. We're really lucky to have found each other for sure. Hi from Brazil. Hello, hello. You're watching the door. I know. I don't know. Like sometimes I wonder if they have a microphone in the classrooms and they are listening in the office. I wonder that sometimes. Like, are they like spying on the classrooms to see what the subs are saying to the students, or to see what the teachers are saying to the students? I don't know. There's no cameras in here, as far as I know. Who knows? I'm just paranoid, I think. Yeah, the new math, what do they call it? I don't teach it. Big Brother's watching for sure. Um, yeah, they go, I just like it to do it the old way, the simple way. Sometimes it's hard to explain math because you just know in your head how you do it, but it's so hard to explain it to somebody, especially like percentages and stuff like that. Hey, True Stories with Miss Sherry Wines. Basically toast. Common Core, that's it. Yep, the Common Core math. Yeah, I don't think a lot of the teachers liked it. It was a lot of, I'm like, I keep hearing the winds blowing and it's making my door creak. And I keep thinking that somebody's gonna walk in. I teach anything, but do I really teach that much? Like today, I'm just literally telling them to get out their Chromebook and put their headphones on and do an ed puzzle that their teacher assigned them, and after that they work on Khan Academy, and that's pretty much all I do. Take attendance, make sure that people are in the right seats, make sure when they go to the bathroom they're not gone for half an hour, make sure that kids aren't using YouTube and they're actually doing their ed puzzle, and it's pretty much babysitting at some levels. And then if it's elementary, then you actually do get to teach, because obviously they're not going to be working independently all day, but as they get older, it's a lot of independent work, and as a sub, it's just basically giving them that work and just making sure they're on task. That's it. It's really easy. Said like Weens. Okay, got it. I know my name has like bunch of, everybody says Voghan. Everybody does. I'm like, nope, it's just one syllable, just like yawn rhymes with yawn. It's Vaughn. But yeah, same thing. Leave me your. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. So True Stories, do you do true crime? I'm honestly think I'm wrapping it up. I don't know if I'm even going to do it again. There's so many Chris Watts videos out there now that I feel like people are just doing it to get into the Chris Watts like realm, and I'm like, that wasn't my original reason for doing it. I just wanted to talk about it. And then it got interesting, and I thought I would do something that was like more like with videos, and it seemed interesting and fun. And then I don't know, I just feel like everything's being done on it, and I really don't even really know what to talk about at this point, because I think so much has already been touched on and is out there, and it's being overdone and over talked about, and I don't want to just do it just to like try to push my way through that again. I just don't know that there's really anything left for me to say. So my surname is it my surname? It's my maiden name is what we call it. I don't know. I only know your info about Chris Watts because that's so funny, because somebody just watched my Chris Watts video, the newest one, and he said, you just reiterated everything that we know. Why did you make this video? And I'm like, there are actually people that are coming on for the first time that don't know about the story. So, I mean, it's beneficial for some people, but I thought it's just funny, the comments that you get from people. Oh, whatever. You can't make everybody happy. That is so true. Let's see. At this point, it seems as if another woman. Wait. At this point, it seems as if his other woman, Nicole, has had more involvement at the question. I think if she was involved, I truly don't believe that she was. I think she's shady for her affair with him, but I don't think she's involved in their murders. I really just don't. This lighting is so bad. I see all my bags under my eyes. I can't stand it. I'm gonna hide behind my glasses. And then some people say, my God, this case is done, and they're, he's been tried and convicted and he's in jail. Why is everybody still talking about this? It's because there's so many unanswered questions, and it's true crime. People talk about true crime for years and years and years, the same case. So people are not going to stop talking about it. It's a very popular topic on YouTube. There's so many videos, it's crazy. That's absolutely true. You cannot please everybody. You can't. Oh my gosh. You say one thing and it makes so many people happy, and then there's just a handful of other people that just see it a different way and it makes them mad. So Nicole killed the whole family. Free Chris. That's Eric joking. Don't think she's involved. She's a bit creepy, but yeah, and she's cold for sure. I think she's just really into herself. And I think she just wanted him all for herself. She definitely was a catalyst for him, but I don't believe that she's involved in any way. Oh yeah, the kids. See, there are people that don't know about this. Yes, the kids were retrieved from the wells. It was done, I think, on the 16th of August. they were in there from the 13th to, I believe it was the 16th, because that was their date of death was reported on the 16th. Yeah, it was a big process. They had to drain the wells to get it to a lower level because they retrieved them from the bottom level. And they had to go in there and wade through all of that oil and, you know, whatever kind of, what do you call it, uniforms they wore that, you know, you'd go into with oil all around you, and they had to pull them out. I mean, they reached in and had to pull one of the girls pull her by her hands or whatever. They pulled them out. They pulled their bodies out. It's freaking horrific. Said it was not in the area. Did you know her phone? Hold on, the messages are going up too fast. Did you know that her cell phone pinged in the area when she said she was not in that area? Who, Nicole? In the area of where the wells were? I didn't hear that. I don't know. There's so many things that are out there that people are saying that I don't know if it's coming from the data file or if it's just conjecture and people are just coming up with stuff. And it's rumor from other YouTube videos or whatever. When my 15-year-old was like 5th grade, she would come at me with math. Oh, are we going back to math? Right on, Eric. Hold on. Let's see. Loving your channel. Thank you so much, Sandra. But I do think she was playing him. Yeah, she definitely was. And she knew he was married from the start. She definitely did. Yeah, she was searching Shanann like a year before, I believe it was. Yes, sandwich. I don't know. I'd have to find out more about Nicole's phone pinging. I still feel like if she was involved, they're not going to just let that go. And they are, you know, they're very capable of figuring out the story. They were kind of helping her, I think, afterwards, and making sure she was anonymous and in hiding, I think. Witness protection program. Unsolved mysteries. Yeah, I mean, like JonBenét. I don't know if I feel like getting into all of that. Or reiterating stories. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it a whole lot. It wasn't really ever my thing to do that. The Chris Watts case just was haunting me so much. I really wanted to talk about it. It was like I just could not. I mean, as most people have said, they just can't stop thinking about it. And you just keep going back to this guy who's just so normal, and how he acted afterwards. It just doesn't even make sense. Yeah, the covert narcissist. Gosh, no one ever knew these terms before. No one knew covert narcissist. It's like, now it's like the word of 2018. Basically left out because the decomposition was already happening. Their skin was too loose. Yeah, I know their skin. I didn't even want to say that, but yeah, their skin pulled off. I think they just bumped into them and things were like falling off. I've heard that those wells, that the oil in there was really warm, really hot. My bell's gonna ring in a second, but yeah, I heard that the well oil is super hot, so it would have been cooking them, but in the reports, I didn't read that, so I don't know. It's so disgusting. A new unsolved mystery is coming back to Netflix. There's photo from her cell phone records that her cell phone pinged in the Frederick area. She was calling Jim, who was in the Milwaukee area at the time. Meanwhile, her statement is that she what? They're hot on the heels. They'll nab her if they have proof. Definitely. Can you imagine if all of a sudden it's in the news that she's been arrested? That would be insane. I've actually just tried to envision Chris telling the detailed story of what he did. And it's like I keep like imagining him like finally divulging exactly what he did, and how strange that'll be if we finally hear it out of his mouth. But I mean, as most everybody feels, we'll never hear it. Even though he pled guilty, Scott Peterson didn't, and he still pleads innocent. So of course we're not going to hear it from him, but you know, Chris did plead guilty, so maybe, who knows, maybe someday he'll come clean because he knows he's not getting out. There's no point in trying to have this trying to pretend that he didn't do it, because he already said he pled guilty. So she wasn't in the area. She was with Jim, which seems to be a lie at this point. love being right all the time. Eric, you are right all the time. Definitely. Yeah, Jim was her friend. I know that she was with that guy. I mean, she definitely has lied about things. Why is she lying, though? Gosh, I don't know. I mean, if she was in that area, that puts her at the scene, and that's super, super shady. And they should be able to figure something like that out pretty simply. Covert means like undercover. Eric, are you kidding? You know that. Like secretly. Thanks for being here. Seeing you. Thanks, Liz. Yeah, I didn't think the oil was, I don't know where that rumor came from that the oil was hot, because it's not in the report. But some people have sworn that it's hot. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't read that in the report. In a trial, he could have gotten a worse sentence. Well, could it get any worse than, oh, well, death, yeah. But I don't know if they really put people to death in Colorado. Is that, like in California, it hasn't happened since 1990 something. Was actually working at a TV station, a local news station at the time, the last one that happened. And Linda Joyce was a reporter that worked at that station, and she was a reporter, and she was part of a lottery of reporters that got to sit and witness that execution. I don't remember the man's name. I'd have to look it up. I feel like it was Robert somebody. He was the last person executed in California. And I know Linda did the story with a handful of other reporters that were picked from a lottery, and she said she'll never, ever want to witness something like that again, that it was the most horrific thing to watch somebody be put to death, and it was lethal injection. She said it was so, so disturbing. It changed her. She said it was so upsetting. Bye, Annie. Yeah, I know. That's my bell. They actually have a little break, but and they shouldn't be bugging me, so I have a couple more minutes, but they're going to be in here soon. Let's see. I think in trial he could have pleaded insanity and almost get away with it. I don't know. Could they prove insanity with how normal he acted after? He didn't even lose his shit after. I mean, I would think if you were insane, wouldn't you at some point like just break down realizing what you did? He never did. I was watching a video last night of when he was handcuffed and how calm he was, and how I'm like going, does he get, like, is it making, like, is he putting the connection together that that's the end of his life? This is it. That's it, dude. It's over. I mean, they said stand up. The guy says stand up and put your hands up, and so they could put the belt around his waist. And I'm thinking right in that moment, is he going, oh, I guess they don't believe me. I guess I'm not going home. I mean, I really truly wonder if it all came together at that moment for him. He didn't seem to have any reaction to it. Eric is great. We have an amazing relationship. We really do, and we've proven that long distance doesn't have to like be a bad thing. It really isn't. And we just have an awesome relationship. We really do. And I'm so thankful that he does these videos and like shares, with you guys how it is with us, and yeah, it's really cool that he does that. I didn't know that he ever would, so I'm happy about that. It's very nice, because otherwise you guys just hear it from me, and then it's like I could be making it all up. But see, if you hear him say how things are, then it's nice. It confirms how things are, and we really do have an awesome relationship. I'm really, really lucky. Okay, only one person in the state of Colorado has been put to death, and yeah. So if he had the death penalty, he probably wouldn't have been put to death either. I think he's going to be killed in prison, but who knows? I mean, lots of people aren't. Charles Manson managed to live out his whole life. Oh, thank you for being there. You guys made my free period fun, for sure. He's cold as a fish. Yep. Okay. I hear kids. Can you imagine assigning that job to another human being? Which one? Getting the girls out of the wells? Yeah, I actually, in my one video, I mentioned every person's name that was involved in that. I feel like they deserve so much credit for, that's gonna haunt them for their whole lives. I don't even know how you'd have to get therapy after. It's gonna last a long, long time, definitely. He also repairs doorbells. He did, he fixed my doorbell. And water tanks on Keurig machines. He dropped the water tank and he fixed it. It had a crack. Now it does not have a crack and it works again. He's amazing. He's on a covert skating trip, totally. Thank you, Debbie. Said you fell on a skate ramp. Your sister said you fell on a skate ramp. Oh, that lady? Wait, who? Which sister? I didn't fall on a skate ramp recently, but I have. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta unlock the door and let the kids in. How often? I break stuff so I can fix them. You do an awesome job fixing things. And by the way, the guy, I called the guy for the pump yesterday, the plumber, Eric, and he said he'll be out sometime next week. Next week. I'm like, okay. Oh well. Oh, you came from the Freddie Mercury videos. Awesome. Rami's up for the Oscar. Thank you so much, Nitesh. Who is my man? Is that who you're talking about? Oh, Eric Shampoo. If you look in the thread, that's my boyfriend. He's on a skate trip right now, so he's watching me live from San Luis Obispo. My sister? Are you talking about the lady who said I was dead? That was weird. Yeah, that was really weird. What the heck? Why would somebody do that? Why would somebody do that when I can easily prove that I'm not dead? Like, what's the point of even doing that? I don't even know. People are weird. They are really weird on YouTube, and they say a lot of weird, not very nice things. But, I mean, I see people fighting on the Chris Watts video on my thread, and I'm like, I can't believe, like, the stuff that is thrown back and forth at each other. It's awful. It's like so much negativity and just yuck. I mean, and then everybody wants to get their last word in and try to top the mean comment that was thrown at them and try to be even meaner. It's like, oh God, I don't even want to read it. I feel like actually deleting the thread, but I don't know. As long as it's not directed at me, I kind of don't mind, but I just don't even want to read it. Love Rami. Yes, he's great. He really is. What a neat guy. I'm glad we're all getting to know him. Such a great movie. Go see Bohemian Rhapsody if you haven't seen it. See it before the Oscars for sure, because it's gonna win, definitely. Okay, guys, my class is gonna start in. When are they done? 10:28. Oh, I still have a couple more minutes. Okay, and nobody's at the door yet, so that's okay. Eric, where's your next stop? Where are you going next? Santa Barbara? He's heading to San Diego. So if anybody's in San Diego, please say hi to Eric. Go skate with him. I was going to talk about the Steve-O. That's what I was going to do a video on, was the Steve-O snorting cocaine with blood in it that had HIV. Oh, Steve. Steve-O and his crazy stunts. It really wasn't a stunt. He was just a drug addict at the time. And that was the only cocaine that was available. It had blood mixed in it from somebody who had it was a drug dealer who had HIV. And I guess he had blood splatter all over his place, and some of it had landed in the cocaine, and Steve snorted it. And he's tested negative many times. And basically, I was just going to talk about really what was his risk, because the risk really wasn't, it's not what people think it would be, because HIV in that situation, and the blood would have dried up, and then the HIV would have died. Blood doesn't live in the area. They're knocking. What do you guys want? Hold on. You guys want to see who's there? Did you need something? They all ran away. Poor girls. The school's like a prison, kind of. They have to wear black here, black, white, or gray. Everybody's in black. It's like everybody's in black. I feel like we're in some kind of like detention, like juvenile detention. Yeah, I got what you meant, Tammy. Yeah, HIV doesn't live in the air. Well, it basically, as the blood dries up, it just dies. So it's not necessarily the air, but the air affects the blood itself, and when the blood dries, it dies. Apparently, it can live in room temperature. Like if blood's able to stay at room temperature without it drying up, it could survive up to 5 days. But I think like that scenario is highly unlikely. So. Exactly, Eric? What did you say exactly about? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So like, Steve, I mean, yeah, I'm sure if I had done that, I'd be concerned because you always think that if you got around HIV in some way and, it went into your body in some way like that, that your risk would have been high. I'm sure most people would be testing several times after that to make sure, but really, there was no risk. It was very minimal, and that's not even like a mode of transmission that's even like listed anywhere. That would have been a one-time only thing if that had happened. Eric says, I once skated with a board that was ridden by an HIV positive person and now you have a headache. Do I have it? This is so like, these are the messages I get all the time. Yes, you are positive, Eric, yes. I'm sorry, my foot with my shoe on touched your board and now you have HIV, for sure. I got one of those yesterday. It was the craziest question. Oh my God, what was it? Somebody looked at me that had HIV and now I think I have it. No, it wasn't that, but it was literally that crazy. I'm like, oh my God, why don't people know this? I have a sore throat. Do I have it? Yes. Everybody that watches my 16 symptoms, they go, I never thought I had HIV, but now I think I do. Like everybody's like, oh my God, I'm so paranoid. Now I think I have it. I hate the negativity too. I actually don't allow it on my channel, but some people still try. Delete and report her amazing things. Delete and report whose amazing things? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I could go through and delete a lot. There's so many comments. I can't keep up with them. A lot of people just speculating back and forth, and I don't like, again, if they're having like a constructive back and forth, then why not? But sometimes it is getting like, just stupid. Like they just are saying stupid things to each other just to make a point. So, God, I wish I could remember that one. I was like, oh my God, no, you're not at risk at all. And there was no contact. I can't remember. And they're like, please let me know. I can't sleep at night. I'm so worried. Was I at risk? And it was just the most insane scenario. I get those a lot. People really still to this day don't understand how it's transmitted. And, as I said, I know when my seroconversion happened, looking back after everything happened and I was diagnosed, I was able to figure so much out by doctor's visits and stuff like that. So I figured it out, and I remembered when I seroconverted, and it was in September, and this person and I had broken up at the end of August. So it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for those symptoms to happen. So I know I didn't get it from him until the very end of our relationship, which means I was exposed for 8 months. I didn't get it for 8 months. So, I mean, and I was totally 100% exposed for 8 months and did not get it. It takes the perfect storm for everything to happen. And then it happened, unfortunately, right before we broke up. Should I be on PrEP? Yes, Eric, you should be on PrEP. You should wear a condom and a diaper, I think. How about all of that? And a raincoat, definitely. And then we'll be good. They Googled AIDS. That's what I just say. If you're worried, test. Even if you're low risk, you should always test. Just test. But people think in their head psychologically that if they're testing, then they must have it. Because if I'm a person testing, then I must have it, or I must have been at risk because I'm now a person testing for it. So they put themselves in that place and freak themselves out. So I get it. I mean, it is, you take that test and you're just hoping that it's negative, and then you're worrying that, my God, what if I get that positive result and I'm going to be that person now? Kinky stuff, yeah. Rain gear. No, Eric, you do not need to be on PrEP. I'm undetectable, as we all know. And we also know a lot about female transmission and how you were exposed for an entire year and you did not get HIV from me because it does not go through skin, does not go through penile skin. There has to be an open mucous membrane, and penises don't have open mucous membranes. Delete in the report button to let YouTube know that people are just being ridiculously rude or mean or insensitive or whatever it is that bothers you about their comment. Yeah, I know I can. I do it. I mean, I delete comments constantly. I have to. I mean, especially for my HIV stuff, I get just horrific things that are said. Like, I read some of them to Eric, and he cannot believe how awful people are. And then sometimes you think, well, maybe it's just like a bunch of like teenage boys sitting around thinking, let's try to think of like the meanest thing we can say. You know, I mean, even call her an old bat, and I don't even get into it, but like the meanest things they can think of. And they'll come through, and I get these messages, and it's crazy. And yeah, I try to just brush it off for sure. Some people think they get it from testing. Like anybody that's around a needle, there's a whole protocol with needles. They go into a sharps container. No one's reusing needles in hospitals, and somebody getting poked by a needle in a hospital and getting HIV from like a needle that was like discarded, that's never happened. There's no case of that. I mean, I just read that recently. There's no case of that, so people freak out about that too. Boxing match. That person would have to have. I don't know. It's like I can go to like through the possibility of it, but it's just so like. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, I know it does seem possible, but first of all, that person would have to have HIV and not know they had it. They'd have to have a detectable viral load, and I'm probably for that sport they're testing. I'm assuming I have to go. Yeah, you're gonna get a coffee, and my phone's low. Okay, I gotta go. You guys.